They call it your hometown newspaper, for good reason. Except for want ads and massive advertising, the Pacific Stars and Stripes is just like any other stateside paper. As far as the international news and sports portion of the paper is concerned, editors have available all the major U.S. wire services: Associated Press, United Press International, Knight Ridder, the Cox News Service. They also receive newspaper support from the New York and LA Times, Washington Post, and several local Japanese papers. Stripes covers Pacific area news itself, with reporters and photojournalists assigned to news bureaus in each country. Working with host country and U.S.-based public affairs offices, they track and report news and feature stories from all over the Far East. Staff writers use portable computers to write their stories in the field, and then use electronic modems to send their finished product to Tokyo for printing. Being a government paper, many believe that the editors censor the news before it's printed, but it's just not true.
There's a fine line that not only does our audience may have a perception of news management or censorship, which is strictly prohibited by regulation, but we also run that with our civilian editorial staff by the virtue of the fact that I wear a uniform and I say, that's a bad headline. They immediately look at me as though, is this censorship? Is this news management? And it's not, it's a professional judgment.
Another reliable source of information for writers is the Stripes Library. They have a standard book and periodical section like conventional libraries, but also have a newspaper section with photos and story clippings from practically every article written in the last 40 years. International photo support is provided by photofax machines that utilize phone lines. A typical picture takes approximately 15 minutes to be completed. Photography for local news is done by staff photographers and writers. They have a complete studio setup for special projects and darkroom facilities to process and print their own film. And while the editors have all these sources available, squeezing them into 28 pages can be tough, as we'll see tomorrow night as our series continues. For the Far East Network in Tokyo, Japan, I'm Air Force Sergeant J.D. Harrington.